Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maggie and this is Maggie Budgets and Plans, the channel dedicated to my journey to pay down debt using the zero-based budget and cash envelope systems. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and do a budget with me for my January 19th, I've forgotten the date, my January 19th paycheck from my full-time job. So we're going to go through all the bills that I have that need to come out of this paycheck and then figure out where the leftover cash is going to get stuffed into envelopes. If any of that's interesting to you, go ahead and grab a cup of something to drink and stick around. Hello everybody. I hope you've all had a wonderful day today. It's the evening of January 18th today and got home from work a little while ago, made some dinner, have been drinking some tea, listening to a fun new podcast. If anybody are podcast fans out there, and especially if you're like a pop music fan, there's a great new podcast called Eurovangelists, which is all about the Eurovision Song Contest, which even though I am American and live in the United States, I am a huge fan of Eurovision. So I'm so excited to get to listen to a podcast all about the nitty-gritty behind the scenes details of Eurovision. So yeah, and here's Miss Nova jumping in today to the video, doing a little quick drive-by maybe, going to go check out her food bowl again. Alrighty, but yeah, there's the podcast recommendation for the day, Eurovangelists. I'm loving it. I went ahead and actually started while I was eating dinner, rewatching last year's Eurovision Song Contest because I got so nostalgic hearing them talk all about it. So for those of you who don't know, Eurovision is the song contest that takes place with countries in Europe, and then Australia and Israel also compete sometimes if they choose to. And it's kind of like the Super Bowl of singing is the best way I can describe it. Like, people get fanatical for their teams, which is generally the country that they're from. So yeah, there you go. Highly recommend. So much fun. The contest this year is going to be hosted in Sweden and it's going to be in May. So as we get closer to that, I'll probably start having some fangirl moments. So gotta get ready for that. So yeah, let me go ahead and get Miss Nova off of the table and we can jump into today's budget with me. Hi, baby girl. Thank you. Good girl. Alrighty, so my paycheck for my full-time job from the salon, which will get deposited in my bank account tomorrow morning, totals $1,434.71. That's the amount that I've got to budget with. And I went ahead and listed all of the bills that I need to come out of this paycheck. And just as a reminder, this is my kind of budget overview calendar that I use. And I color code everything by paycheck. So all of my bills are listed on this calendar, and then the color next to them, the little dot, that's the paycheck that they get paid out of. So this orange color here, that's what I'm budgeting for. So all of these things come out of this paycheck. And then there's also a couple things in February, although I haven't set up my February calendar yet, but there's a couple things in the February that are also going to come out of this paycheck. So what we've got, as I read these off to you, I'm going to go ahead and total them up. So we've got my Upstart, which is one of my debt consolidation loans for $126. And then we've got my electric bill for $69, my rental insurance payment of $18, my internet bill of $73, and then my weekly transfer into my investment and retirement accounts. And then we've got a donation to an author that I love, the fee for the app that I use for that investment and retirement account. The app is called Acorn. And then we've got my vision insurance policy, my Apple Care for my iPad, the next weekly transfer into my investment and retirement account. And then we've got my DoorDash, and then we've got my utilities, well, half of my utilities, and then my gym membership, which takes us to $446. So I am gonna go ahead and do $250 out of this paycheck for rent, which is gonna sound a little weird, and I know that. So let me add this in here, plus $250 brings our total here to $696. So the reason I'm doing $250 out of this paycheck for my rent is I'm splitting my rent up over several paychecks. So if I come back to my calendar so that you guys can see this overview, I saved money, $250 out of this paycheck and then $250 out of this paycheck. Technically, my rent is due on the 1st of February, which would be here, but I get paid again for my full-time job on the 2nd. And as long as my rent's paid before the 3rd, I don't get any fines or fees for a late payment. So if we had $250 out of this paycheck, $250 out of this paycheck, that's $500, which means I only need to take $500 out of my my first big paycheck of the month of February, to be able to have my rent fully paid. Alrighty, I'm hoping Nova has settled. We'll see how this video goes. But anyways, I'm splitting up my rent payments so that way I don't have the full $1,000 for my rent come out of one paycheck, because that's just really hard to do. So that's what I'm going to be doing for February's rent. We'll see how long I can keep that up, but yes. Alrighty, so we had a total income, let me scooch this out of the way a little bit, a total income of $1,437 because I do not budget with the cents. I just leave those in the bank. So we had 1,437 minus the total budgeted bills amount of $696 gives us, oh crap, this is a ton of money. This is so not normal for me. A leftover of $741 to put into envelopes, which is that is so much money. Definitely the highest amount of money I've ever paid into envelopes at any time. Which of course is making me like question and doubt and like, am I doing this right? Just as a quick double check, because I'm anxious at the moment, I'm just gonna add up all of these bills again to make sure that I've like done this correctly. 3 plus 31 plus 4 plus 10 plus 11 plus 250 plus 50 plus 39 equals 696. Nope, that's right. Dang. That's just very unusual for me to be able to have so much money available for budgeting. All right, so we've got $741 to put into envelopes. So let's go ahead and get started with my wallet. So the categories that are in my wallet are food, gas, Nova, and spending. So food, because I've got so much available, I think I'm going to do $140 into food. Normally I do $100. And the goal is to get that $100 to last me 2 weeks. However, I've been overspending on food very frequently lately. So let's just go ahead and bump that up to $140. And that'll all be in 20s. So 5, 6, 7 20s. All right, so let's do 741 minus 140. And then I always do $40 in gas as 2 20s. Nova is going to get $20 so that I can get more food for her. Spending is going to get $20. So I stopped subtracting. 741 minus 140 minus 40 minus 20 minus 20. So that leaves us with 521 available. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to put into savings challenges, into my roll the dice challenge. That's the only one that I've got to like pre-plan. So let's grab that little binder real quick. Oh, sorry. Oh, I obviously never actually put that back last time I took it out, since it just fell out of the binder. So yeah, this is the roll the dice. It's supposed to be inside that pocket, but it's outside of the pocket right now. So for those of you who are new to the channel, the way that I do the roll the dice is I roll 1d6, so that's a 6-sided dice, and that tells me then how many times I roll a d4, a 4-sided dice, and then for the d4, every number that it lands on, I mark off, and that's how much money I save into this envelope. So let me grab my dice really quickly. Alrighty, and in today's video, we're gonna do some oldies but goodies. See, Nova loves the dice. As soon as they come out, she has to come check them out. But yeah, we're gonna use these dice that have some purple glitter base and then some little stars on them as well. So this is the D6, the 6-sided dice. and that is a 2. So now I roll the D4 twice. That's a 1, and that is a 4. So that's $5 into the roll the dice challenge. I'm gonna go ahead and just decide to pay in an extra 5. And the reason why is because this challenge mostly has 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s as the amounts that you save. It had 1 6, which I've already paid into the challenge, and it has 1 5 left. So because the D4 that I roll only goes up to 4, it only is a 4-sided dice, I'm never gonna select that 5 unless I just choose to pay into it. So we'll do $10 into the roll the dice challenge this time. Let me put this aside now, and I'm gonna grab a little piece of scratch paper because I don't know what I did with my Post-its, you guys, but they disappeared. But I've got to write down what I'm doing. Roll is getting a 1 and a 4 and a 5 for a total of 10. So at least $10 is going to savings challenges. Let's subtract 10 there so that that is accounted for. And let's go ahead and take this 1 and put that into savings challenges as well, just to make this a more even number. So we're gonna say $11 into savings challenges, and it's gonna be 1 single and 1 10. So we'll subtract 1 more there. So that leaves us with $510 to put into the envelopes, the cash envelopes. So how do I want to do this? Let's start with the medium priority binder, but we're actually going to start with this back section of the medium priority binder where I've got envelopes for yearly expenses. So my yearly expenses currently are car registration, Canva, preview, and then TurboTax. So I think I want to pay into car registration and TurboTax because I'm going to have to file my taxes soon. So we've got car reg and then TurboTax. So my car registration, I want to say for 2 years is like $80, and I've got $10 in there currently. So I think we're going to try and just do a big $70 saving into here, so that way I've got the money for registration, so I can get the 2-year registration, because the 1-year registration is like $60 and the 2-year registration, it might be $86. I think it might be $86 for the 2-year car registration, and that's just so much more economical. So I just want to do that. And then TurboTax, I've already got $50 saved into, and I think I want another $50 into TurboTax. So this is going to eat up a large chunk of change, but it's going to fully fund those categories so that I don't have to worry about them till, for months. The car registration I wouldn't have to worry about for 2 years. So let's do 70 into car registration, 50 into TurboTax. And that can be, so car registration is going to be a 50 and a 20. TurboTax is going to be a 50 because this is mostly me just holding on to this money until I'm ready to spend. So if we subtract 70 and then subtract 50, that leaves us with $390 available. So let's go back to the high priority binder and let's see what categories we've got going on here. So I've got car, dental, emergency, house, medical, optical, vet, and work funds. Let me do a real quick. So I got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. So I could do 140 if I do a 20 into each of these categories, and then maybe a 50 into work. Let's start with that. So we've got car, dental, emergency. What is house next? Yeah. House. Medical. Optical. Vet. Work. So 20 into car, 20 into dental, 20 into emergency, 20 into house, 20 into medical, 20 into optical, 20 into vet, $50 into work. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. So minus 140 for the 20s, then minus 50 for work. So that leaves us with $200 even left to stuff into categories. So now let's go into the medium, back to the medium priority binder. And let's see what we've got here. We've got, let's see if I can do it this way. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60. Let's do $20 into each of the medium priority categories. So those are friends, which is the envelope I use when I'm like out with my friends, so that money when I'm like going out for like drinks or something like that doesn't come out of my food budget. Then we've got household, which is like paper goods and such for the household, toothpaste, toothbrush, all of that. Household is getting 20. The new cat fund is also going to get 20. Travel will get 20. And then we've got waxing. And of course, I'm out of room again on this. So I haven't had a chance yet to remake these to give myself more room in these categories. So we're gonna have to use a scrap piece of paper. So we've got waxing is gonna get 20. Weed is also gonna get 20. So that is gonna be 20, 40, 60, 80, $120 into the medium priorities. Then I think let's do $10 into Canva and $10 into Preview so that I can start paying into those. I pay for Canva monthly currently, and the whole idea is to save up to be able to pay for it yearly. Same with that Preview app. I use that for work for the salon, for posting on Instagram. So Canva, and I want to use the paid version of Preview, but it's much cheaper to do it yearly instead of monthly. Okay, so that's minus 20 there. That leaves us with $60 left, which, oh no, things are all attached. I think, let's go ahead and come to the low priority binder and see where we want to put money for here. Why does this? Sorry, I'm confused because I placed an order at Bath & Body Works and I just realized in my last cash on stuffing, I didn't pull it out. Oh, because I haven't picked up the order yet. Oh no. Can I still pick up the order? I will have to figure that out later once I'm off camera. Okay, let's leave that. Beauty, books, clothes, Costco, decor, games, gifts, haircut, hobbies, Kickstarter. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do $30 into Kickstarter and $30 into hobbies, because I backed a Kickstarter that needs to be paid for next month. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do $30 into Kickstarter and $30 into hobbies with this remaining amount. So hobbies is going to get 30. Kickstarter is going to get 30. So let's go ahead. So that's minus 30 equals 0. Okay, so let's double check my math and make sure this all adds up. So we have 140 plus 40 plus 20 plus 20 plus 11 plus 70 plus 50 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, 20, 20, all the 20s. Now we're over here. $741. Oh, dang. I honestly thought I would have missed one of those categories while I was adding all that up again. But yep, there we go. So that totaled $741, which is exactly what we had left over. So now all I've got to do is fill out a teller slip to be able to know exactly what to get out of the bank. So for let's start with ones. I need one single. So there we go. For fives, I don't think I got any fives. I didn't, so no fives. For tens, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. For 20s, oh, this is going to be a boatload of 20s. Just putting, oh, that's going to be 2 of those. So I need another single. So it's going to be 6 of those. And then we've got 20s galore. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 27 20s. Yeah, this is definitely the largest cash stuffing I've ever done. And then 4 50s. And 27 20s is $540 in 20s alone. Alrighty, guys. There we go. The largest cash envelope or cash breakdown allocation I have ever done. And tomorrow morning on my way to work, I actually, as it turns out, I do have time to go by the bank. So I'll go by the bank tomorrow morning on my way to work. And then tomorrow evening, I'll go ahead and film the cash stuffing. So that'll be available for you guys on Saturday. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today and watching this video. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.